So here we are at the end of round 23. I finished round 23. To finish it off, what you do is you do your just 2 double crochets in the same stitch as your beginning double crochet of the round to make 5, and then you do a slip stitch into the third chain of chain 3, so just like the previous round. So now we are on round 24. To begin round 24, we will chain 3, and then we will do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. One, two. Now we will chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in this chain 3 space we will do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now we will chain 1, and we will do a 2 double crochet cluster in each of the chain 1 spaces in between the clusters here. So we have this first space here. We're going to skip that between the three single crochets in the cluster. This space here, skip that. Our first cluster, chain 1 space. We're going to do our first 2 double crochet cluster in this chain 1 space here. So yarn over, insert your hook into that space, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook into this space again, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and chain 1. And we're going to do the same thing in each of the next chain 1 spaces. Okay, so here we are. I finished the end. We have 9 2 double crochet clusters. After you do the last one here, we're going to chain 1, and then we will do in this chain 3 space 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now we will chain 3, and we will skip the next 2 double crochets, and in the third double crochet we will do 5 double crochets just like the previous round. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we will chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in this chain 3 space we will do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. So that's the pattern. So that's the pattern for round 24. After we do our 3 single crochets in the chain 3 space, we will chain 1, and then we will do our 2 double crochet clusters, and then chain 1 in each of the chain 1 spaces. Right, so just like here. And you'll have a total of 9 at the end when you're complete. Once you reach the end here, you will chain 1, and in the next chain 3 space you will do 3 single crochets, chain 3, skip the next 2 double crochets, and in the third double crochet you do 5 double crochets. Chain 3, in the chain 3 space you will do 3 single crochets, chain 1, and you are back here. So that's the pattern for all the way around. We'll repeat that, and I will meet you at the end of round 24 where we will begin round 25. So here we are. I finished round 24. Again, to finish round 24, you do the same thing as the previous round. You do 2 double crochets in the same stitch as your beginning double crochet, and then you do a slip stitch into the third chain of chain 3, so the exact same thing as the previous round. Now we are on round 25. To begin, we will chain 3, and we will do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. 1 and 2, like that. Now we will chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we will do 3 single crochets in the chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3. Now we will chain 1. We will skip this chain 1 space, and in the next chain 1 space, which is right after our 2 double crochet cluster, this chain 1 space here, we will do 2 double crochet cluster. Yarn over, insert your hook into the loop, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook into the loop, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2. 3 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. There's your 2 double crochet cluster, and we're going to chain 1. Again, so it's like this, the previous round. In each of the chain 1 spaces, we're going to do a 2 double crochet cluster and then a chain 1. Okay, so I did that. You should have 8 2 double crochet clusters. So on the last one here, we're going to chain 1. And now we're going to skip this chain 1 space, and we will work in this chain 3 space. We're going to do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now we will chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We will skip the next 2 double crochets, and in the 3rd double crochet we will do 5 double crochets, just like the previous round. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we will chain 3, and in this chain 3 space we will do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then we will chain 1. So that's the pattern for round 25. After we do our 3 single crochets in the chain 3 space, we will chain 1. Then we will skip the next chain 1 space, and in the next chain 1 space, which is the one right after our first 2 double crochet cluster right here, we will do a 2 double crochet cluster, and then we will chain 1, and we will repeat in each of the chain 1 spaces like this. You will have 7 2 double crochet clusters at the end, then you will chain 1. After that, you will again skip the chain 1 space, so after that you would skip the chain 1 space, and then in the chain 3 space here, you will do 3 single crochets. Then you will chain 3, and then you will skip the next 2 double crochets, and in the 3rd double crochet you will do 5 double crochets, just like the previous round. Then you will chain 3, and then in the chain 3 space you will do 3 single crochets, chain 1, and we are back here again. So that's the pattern all the way around. I will meet you at the end here, where we will finish round 25 and begin round 26. So here we are, I finished round 25. To finish round 25, all I did was the exact same thing as the previous round. 2 double crochet in the same stitch as our beginning double crochet, and then we will do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain of chain 3 to connect. Exact same thing as the previous round. So I started round 26 a little bit so far. It's the exact same pattern as round 25, except for slight change once you get to over here. So to begin, it's the same thing as round 25. Chain 3, 2 double crochet in the same stitch. Then you will chain 3. In this chain 3 space, you will do 3 single crochet. Then you will chain 1. You will skip this chain 1 space, and in the next chain 1 space, which is right after your first 2 double crochet cluster that you did in the previous row, in this next chain 1 space, you will do 2 double crochet cluster and then chain 1. So it's the exact same thing. The only difference, instead of 8 2 double crochet clusters, you will have a total of 7 2 double crochet clusters. At the end, once you do your last 2 double crochet cluster, you will do chain 1, and then you will skip the next chain 1 space, and you will work in the chain 3 space 3 single crochets. And this is the only part that's different here. So we'll work on that. So after 3 single crochets, you will chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Instead of skipping 2 double crochets, you will skip 1 the first double crochet, and in the second double crochet you will do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 5 double crochets. We will skip this the next double crochet, which is the third one of our 5 from the previous round. We will skip that one, and we will do chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will skip the next one, and in the next double crochet, which is double crochet number 4, we will do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the final double crochet, number 5, we will skip that. We will chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in this chain 3 space, we will do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then we will chain 1, skip our next chain 1 space, and repeat the pattern. In the next chain 1 space, we will do 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1. Okay, so that's the only difference for this round. So we repeat the pattern all the way around to the end, and I will meet you at the end of round 26. So here we are at the end of round 26. What I did is that I did my chain 3. I skipped the first double crochet and the second double crochet. I did 5 double crochets. Then I did chain 5. And this is our beginning cluster. After the chain 5, I did 2 double crochets in the same stitch as our first double crochet of our beginning cluster to make a total of 5. And then I did a slip stitch into the third chain of chain 3 to connect. So just like the previous round. So here we are at the beginning of round 27. To begin, we will chain 3 and we will do 2 double crochet in the same stitch, just like the previous round, like that. Now we will chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in this chain 3 space, we will work 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now, instead of our normal chain 1, we will do chain 2. 1, 2. And we will skip this chain 1 space, and in the next chain 1 space, we will work 2 double crochet cluster, just like normal, like the previous round. So we'll skip the first double crochet cluster, in the next chain 1 space, we will do 2 double crochet cluster. And chain 1. So do that for the remaining chain 1 spaces here. So after our final 2 double crochet cluster, we will chain 2, 1, 2. We will skip this chain 1 space, and in this next chain 3 space, we will do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, like that. Now we will chain 3, 1, 2, 3. In this chain 5, in this 5 double crochet, we will skip the first 2 double crochet, and the third double crochet we will do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we will chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And in this chain 5 space, we will do 2 single crochets. 1, 2, like that. Now we will chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And we have 5 double crochets here. Again, the same thing. We will skip the first 2 double crochets, and in the third double crochet, we will work 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in this chain 3 space we will work 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then once again we will chain 2, 1, 2, and then we are back here with our clusters. So that's the pattern for round 27. After we do our chain 2, we will skip our chain 1 space, and we will work in the next chain 1 space our 2 double crochet cluster, and then chain 1. We will do that for each of the chain 1 spaces here, for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2 double crochet clusters. Once you finish your last 2 double crochet cluster, you will chain 2, and then you will skip the chain 1 space. Once you get to here, you will have your chain 3 space. In there you'll do 3 single crochet. Then you will chain 3. You have 5 double crochets. You will skip the first 2, and in the third double crochet you'll do 5 double crochets, just like here. After that you will chain 3, and then you have this chain 5 space. In there you'll do 2 single crochets. Then you will chain 3, and you have here 5 double crochets. You will skip the first 2, and in the third double crochet you will do 5 more double crochets. Then you will chain 3, and you have your chain 3 space. You will do 3 single crochets. After that you will chain 2, and you are back here once again doing your 2 double crochet clusters. So that's the pattern all the way around. I will meet you at the end of round 27, where we will begin round 28.